Hey everybody, right here. 422 days since I started carnivore, and 83, 83 days until my birthday. And so today has been pretty solid. Continued my fast. So I said I wasn't sure if I was going to break my fast today or not. It was going to depend on how I felt. Tonight, getting home from work, felt fine. Went to do some elk stuff tonight. Felt pretty good. Left there, came home. Was a little bit hungry. Not I'm not gonna lie, but not starving. So I decided to just push through. Excuse me, just push through and not break my fast. So I chose not to break the fast. And tomorrow my plan will be to continue my fast and eat dinner. Break the fast at dinner tomorrow night. So that'll be Wednesday. So that'll mean from basically between 5 and 6 on Sunday, all day Monday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. Break fast. And I'll have my 72-hour fast. So I'm feeling really, really good about the fast and about fasting. I listened to some more information about fasting today. And the more I listen, the more I think that this is something I want to incorporate. And the doctors that I'm listening to are not carnivore doctors. One of them is primarily, I forget what it is called, but he's a kidney doctor. And does a lot with intermittent fasting and fasting, 5-2s. It's 5 days on, 2 days off of food. Talks about OMAD, talks about ADF, alternate day fasting, talks about prolonged fasting, all this different stuff. So been listening to some of his stuff, some stuff from Dr. Berg, and there's another doctor as well that I listened to today. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I think the first one is Dr. Fung. But it's been very interesting, and I'm learning a lot. And I think it's something that I actually want to encourage more people to do. The benefits of putting our body back into the type of state that it would have been in before we had, and this was the weirdest thing that I heard, this was a few months ago, before we had refrigerators and we could store food easily. We would eat food when we got it, right? You'd get the food, you'd eat the food, and then you might not eat for another day or two because you had to go get more food. And that getting of the food would be hunter-gathering type activities, right? You might have had a store to go get some basic provisions, but for the most part, you didn't. The other thing, and I keep thinking about this, I keep seeing this commercial for avocados from Mexico. 20 years ago, even, we didn't get avocados from Mexico. We like, you'd get avocados once in a while. Like, that's why so many people are weirded out by guacamole, I think, because it just wasn't a normal thing for us. So now that we can have any fruit, any vegetable, any meat at any time of the year, at any day, it's really spoiled us. And, and I'm starting to understand more and more that we didn't always eat 3 times a day. We definitely didn't always eat 3 times a day plus snacks, right? Keep ourselves constantly eating. That's what many of us, most of us, do these days. So, I'm listening to this information, and I'm learning more and more about autophagy, learning more and more about how the brain consumes glucose and the types of uh, activities that our bodies go through, that a 5, 6, 7 day fast isn't going to break down my muscle protein. There's all these things that I'm seeing as very, very beneficial. I'm feeling better. I'm in ketosis. My ketones number this morning was 1.4. Not super high ketosis, but I'm in ketosis. And I haven't been eating, and I was exercising, so I'm probably burning a lot of those ketones right out of the bat. So there's no excess ketones going on. So I think I'm there. So my glucose was 103 this morning. Now, what I had heard at one point in time was that anywhere between 100 and 124 was pre-diabetic. I haven't had anything, right? The only thing that I've consumed in this fasting time is 2 cups of coffee. Change that. 1 cup of coffee. And two bottles of brewed tea. No sweetener. They're probably 20 ounces a piece. So that's what I've had in addition to water and element electrolytes. That's it. So body is generating glucose from my stored fat through the ketosis process. Like, that's kind of what it is. And I'm just learning more and more about it, getting more and more convinced that I need to keep fasting as a part of my regular routine. And that's probably how I'm going to get to my goal. These 3-day fasts, 4-day fasts, I'm looking at people doing 7-day water fasts with just table salt, not even like a full, like, fancy electrolyte packet like I'm using, just some table salt. So I think it's good for me. And it could probably be good for a lot of other people that aren't doing it. Something else that was interesting to me, when you think about fasting, right, and not adding the word intermittent, just think about fasting, people can get a little put off by it. They're, oh, fasting is terrible. Your body goes into starvation mode, which it doesn't. You're denying yourself valuable nutrients and all these other things. Well, if you've been eating good food, and this was what was interesting to me, and it makes sense, but if you eat good food, you store good fat, you burn fat when you don't have food, it's good. You have more nutrients. I need to do some more research on this, but you'd have more nutrients. If you eat garbage food, store fat, then you fast, you burn garbage fat, right? You're burning fat that doesn't have all the nutrients in it. So, like, it makes sense if that's how fat is built and stored. I need to understand that better, because I've never thought about how it was stored and what it stored, but that was something interesting to me. So if you eat good and fast regularly, ADF, alternate day fasting, so you eat one day, you fast the next, eat one day, fast the next, you get benefits. OMAD is effectively, call it a 23-1 intermittent fasting, right? If you're just eating one meal a day, you eat it within an hour. Maybe it's 24 and a half or 23 and a half. you're actually not eating more during a week than you are with alternate day fasting. So I thought that was interesting. And I know there's people that follow me and comment. They're all about OMAD, and I don't deny OMAD is awesome. It's just not something I really drove into. But these prolonged fasts, I feel smaller. And my weight is only down, I think 4 pounds or something like that. I was 239.1 this morning. So I'm back into the 30s. All this past week, I was 243 to 241, right in that range. Wasn't moving anywhere else. Boom, I'm down a little bit. Naturally, I haven't eaten anything in 53 hours. So naturally, my weight's going to be down. Tomorrow, I expect it to be below 239. But I'm feeling really good. I'm really excited about this. And I want to start doing more research so that I can share it with you guys that watch me and don't watch other people. And my experiences, so that, if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen I went just straight carnivore. I went lion. I started doing some fasting, like 40-hour fasts, not even 48, just 40-hour fasts. Then I did some longer fasts. And then I had Christmas and I went stupid and ate all kinds of junk. And then I've been getting cleaner and cleaner throughout this year, crossed that year threshold. And now I'm just driving to my birthday. I got to get to my birthday. I got to get to my 50 freaking years old. And I do. I want to be at my goal, and I want to be in best shape since I was 20 or even younger. That's where I want to be. So I think fasting is going to be a big part of that. And so I want to do some more research so I can share more, be a little bit more informative about it, rather than just being a little bit of a zealot right now. So that's what I got. That's where I'm at. I'll talk to you tomorrow.